What's up, guys? I'm here in Dominical, Costa Rica. I love it. We're gonna do a tequila talk, and I am going to love telling you this story, but instead of tequila, we're gonna do a little guaro, keep it local. So, I feel like most of these stories have to do with vehicles, which makes total sense. And I had to go from Tamarindo to Dominical here, and I had to make it in one day. I had a gig in Tamarindo and then another gig the next night in Dominical, and it's about a 6.5 hour bus ride. Ordered my bus, it was gonna come at 7 in the morning, so I played my gig, and then all the musicians, we all ended up going out. We were kind of like partying, but I knew I didn't want to be too drunk the next day or too like hungover the next day, but I did want to be tired, so we stayed up all night so that I could just sleep. It was about a 6.5 hour ride. So 7 comes around, 7:30 comes around, 8 comes around, the bus is not here. So I turn on my cellular, I spend, I don't even know how much, $1.50 a minute, excuse me, that guaro, $1.50 a minute, and I call them, I say, you know, I'm still waiting over here. And it was so funny. They said, oh, the driver decided not to pick you up. You were on drugs. I was like, I was not on drugs. I never even saw the driver. I don't know why you would think that. So we're going back and forth, and basically what had happened was I was the only driver, so they were going to have to go from San Jose, drive 8 hours to pick me up, and then 6 hours to Dominical, and then back to San Jose. It was not worth it for them. So I tried to they didn't charge me for it, thank God. So they said, you can get 2 seats. All we need is 2 seats. You know, we'll come pick you up. I said, all right, I'll buy 2. So I did, $100. Still did not come. So I tried to rent a car, no rental car, fine. I go to, oh my God, one of my friends, I can't remember her name right now. We're friends now because of this story. So she was like, $200, I'll have one of our drivers just privately drive you down, like a little Civic. I was like, fine. The dude comes, great guy, he speaks only Spanish. I speak such little Spanish that there's like no conversation. So I get in the car, a tiny little Civic or something. So I get in, I sit in the back, and he was like, nah, sit up front. I was just like, dude, I'm gonna sleep. So I fall asleep, and then I wake up on this ride, and I just and the transmission blew. It was either the transmission or the clutch. I don't know. It didn't seem like the clutch was worn, so I'm like thinking it was the transmission. So this is like in the middle. We're 2.5, 3 hours away from where we were leaving from, and we're like halfway to where we're going. So he pulls over, thank God, thinking back to this, that it was at a gas station that had Wi-Fi. So he pulls over, and he's like, transmission, and he's trying to get it started. Some of the other truckers are trying to get it started. I guess it was the clutch, because he couldn't even crank it in gear. Like if it was in gear, he was like trying to get it going. So anyway, so we're stuck now. So I have Wi-Fi, so I have WhatsApp. I'm getting a hold of the driver, and she's freaking out, you know, or I'm sorry, the rental company. She's freaking out, obviously, and I said, don't worry about it. We're gonna get there. What are the options? She's like, well, it's late, so I don't think anybody can come out. So you guys are gonna have to stay there till morning. So now I'm thinking like, oh, I mean, what an adventure. Like I'm gonna sit here with this guy. So I have to sleep in a Honda Civic with the dude that I don't speak his language, he doesn't speak my language, and then wait till the morning for somebody to pick me up and take me the rest of the way. So I was like, all right, whatever, that's great, you know? And me and him are like trying to chat. There's like a little bit of communication going back and forth, and like I said, thank God there was Wi-Fi, so the WhatsApp thing was working, and then she got a hold of me and she said, no, there's a shuttle coming, don't worry. It was probably 2.5, 3 hours later. I was like, thank God, you know? Which was funny. I feel like at that point, me and him had established such a friendship that I would have just slept in the car with him. Would have been fine. You know, it's a back woodsy road in the middle of Costa Rica. So I do get picked up, and I get brought to my hostel where I had a reservation. Cool Vibes Hostel. And the reason that I'm putting that name out there is because they did the best shit. I get there and I check in, and the guy was like, I can't check you in, dude. Like, I don't know what bed you're in. I'm just a security. The only way I'm going to find it is if I go around to every single room with a flashlight and see which bed is empty. And he's like, I can't do that. I'm going to wake everyone up. I said, fuck, well, what am I going to do? Sleep on the beach? I didn't care, you know, but I had my guitar, my laptop, iPad, cell phone, like iPod. I had like, you know, all my camera stuff, passport, everything. I didn't want to lose anything. So, you know, he was just like, I don't know, you can sleep out in the hammock, you know, and he's like, I'm a 24-hour guard. There's always a 24-hour guard. Obviously, he's not there for 24 hours. He's like, there's a 24-hour guard, so like, you know, I'm just going to be sitting here watching TV. I sat and watched TV with him, fell asleep on the couch, actually, instead of the hammock. And I wake up in the morning, and I go to check in, and they didn't charge me for the room. So I had like a safe place to put my stuff. I could sleep on a couch, which was like normal. That was fine. It's like a fine bed. So it was like every little thing that happened didn't really bother me. Like I knew somehow it was going to work out. And it totally did, you know. And I ended up staying there for 4 nights and meeting some awesome people. So that is my Costa Rica tequila talk. Be safe out there, guys. Cheers.